water is released from the Lake Oroville Dam after an evacuation was ordered for communities downstream from the dam in Oroville, California, on February 13, 2017. Rock is prepped to be used on the Lake Oroville Dam after an evacuation was ordered for communities downstream from the dam, in Oroville, California, on February 13, 2017. Rock is prepped to be used on the Lake Oroville Dam after an evacuation was ordered for communities downstream from the dam, in Oroville, California, on February 13, 2017. A team from the Department of Water Resource monitors the section of damaged main spillway at the Oroville Dam in Oroville, California, on February 13, 2017. Authorities ordered mandatory evacuations of communities below the dam, where a hole was found in its emergency spillway, threatening a possible breach and flooding of low-lying areas below the dam. Oroville, California, resident Patrick Cummings, left, holds his daughter, Elizabeth, as he stands with his wife, Elizabeth Cummings, at the Red Cross Evacuation Center in Chico, California, on February 13, 2017. The water level has dropped behind the Oroville Dam, the nation's tallest dam, reducing the risk of a catastrophic spillway collapse and easing fears that prompted the evacuation of the Cummings and others downstream. A team of surveyors navigate the shoreline just across the damaged section of the main spillway at the Oroville Dam in Oroville, California, on February 13, 2017. Chris Mitchell fills his car with gas as his daughter, Austin, checks her mobile phone before evacuating Oroville, California, on February 12, 2017. Mitchell was among the thousands of area residents who left their homes Sunday evening as officials ordered residents near the Oroville Dam in Northern California to evacuate the area after an emergency spillway of the dam severely eroded. Evacuees Catherine Clark, far left, and Cal Poppin were supplied recliners for Poppin, who can't sleep laying down, in the main sanctuary of the neighborhood Church of Chico in Chico, California, on February 12, 2017. A closed sign is displayed on the door of Pepecito's restaurant due to an evacuation order on February 12, 2017, in Marysville, California. Thousands of Northern California residents remain under evacuation orders after authorities warned an emergency spillway in the Oroville Dam. Kendrick Cura waits in traffic to evacuate Marysville, California, on February 12, 2017. Thousands of residents of Marysville and other Northern California communities were told to leave their homes Sunday evening as an emergency spillway of the Oroville Dam could fail at any time. Evacuees Jason and his wife Elizabeth Barquan of Live Oak, California, settle in for the night with their son Dallas, 5, at the neighborhood Church of Chico in Chico, California, on February 12, 2017. Evacuee Alexis Nader Silgully, left, looks in on Dillion the Turtle, owned by Elizabeth Stone, right, of Oroville at the main sanctuary of the neighborhood Church of Chico in Chico, California, on February 12, 2017. An employee of the Department of Water Resources watches as water flows over the emergency spillway at Oroville Dam on February 11, 2017. In Oroville, California. Water started flowing over the spillway, at the nation's tallest dam, for the first time Saturday morning after erosion damaged the Northern California Dam's main spillway. A damaged spillway with eroded hillside is seen in an aerial photo taken over the Oroville Dam in Oroville, California, on February 11, 2017. Water from the nearby Feather River floods the Marysville Cemetery on February 11, 2017, in Marysville, California. Days of rain caused rivers to overflow their banks and forced the first use of the emergency spillway at Oroville Dam. Muddy water rushes down the emergency spillway at Oroville Dam, on February 11, 2017, in Oroville, California. Water started flowing over the emergency spillway at the nation's tallest dam for the first time Saturday after erosion damaged the Northern California Dam's main spillway. The Oroville Reservoir level is seen very close to the top of Oroville Dam, after a series of storms led to an increased water level while a damaged spillway hampered efforts to let water out of the reservoir. In Oroville, California, on February 10, 2017, water flows through break in the wall of the Oroville Dam spillway. On February 9, 2017, in Oroville, California, the torrent chewed up trees and soil alongside the concrete spillway before rejoining the main channel below. Engineers don't know what caused what. State Department of Water Resources spokesman Eric C. called a massive cave-in that is expected to keep growing until it reaches bedrock. The area of erosion on the lower half of the Oroville Dam spillway is seen after overnight test flows in Oroville, California, on February 9, 2017. Oroville, California. A huge Northern California reservoir, held in place by a massive dam, has always been central to the life of the towns around it. Now the lake that has brought them holiday fireworks and salmon festivals could bring disaster. Nearly 200,000 people, who evacuated Sunday over fears that a damaged spillway at Lake Oroville could fail and unleash a wall of water, have to stay away indefinitely while officials race to repair it before more rains arrive Thursday. Evacuees felt strange on Monday to see their beloved lake associated with urgent voices on the national news. "Never in our lives did we think anything like this would have happened," said Brannon Ramirez, who has lived in Oroville, a town of about 16,000 people, for about 5 years. The Gold Rush town in the Sierra Nevada foothills some 70 miles northeast of Sacramento is nestled near the foot of the dam, which at 770 feet is the nation's largest. Houses and churches are perched on tree-lined streets near the Feather River. Old, ornate Victorian homes sit alongside smaller bungalows. Everybody knows to go there for the 4th of July. Evacuee Crystal Roberts Lynch said of the lake. Then there's festivals wrapped around the salmon run. The mother of 3, who has lived in Oroville for 10 years, was staying at a Red Cross evacuation center in Chico. Local businesses, including one that sells supplies for gold panning, dominate a downtown area that spans several blocks. A wide range of chain stores sit a short distance away along the main highway. The lake brings in an enormous part of the economy for the town. "It definitely is a people catcher," said Brannon Ramirez, who has lived in Oroville for about 5 years. "We get people from all over the country." Cities and towns further down the Feather River also are in danger. Yuba City, population 65,000. Is the biggest city evacuated. The city has the largest dried fruit processing plant in the world and one of the largest populations of Sikhs outside of India. The region is largely rural and its politics dominated by rice growers and other agricultural interests, including orchard operators. The region is dogged by the high unemployment rates endemic to farming communities. There are large pockets of poverty and swaths of sparsely populated forests, popular with anglers, campers and backpackers. For now, it's all at the mercy of the reservoir that usually sustains it, and provides water for much of the state. "If anything, we would have thought that the dam would have been constructed better," Ramirez said. Ramirez said it was extremely frustrating when he heard reports that emerged Monday of complaints about the potential danger that came from environmentalists and government officials a dozen years ago. Those warnings described the very scenario that was threatening to unfold, though they were dismissed. State and federal regulators who expressed confidence that the dam and its spillways could withstand serious storms. The acting head of the state's Department of Water Resources said he was unaware of the 2005 report that recommended reinforcing with concrete an earthen spillway that is now eroding. "I'm not sure anything went wrong," Bill Croyle said. "This was a new, never having happened before event." Roberts Lynch didn't buy the explanations. "I know that somebody did not pay attention to the warning signs," she said. "Someone in charge was not paying attention. It was their job to pay attention to what was going on with the dam." Over the weekend, the swollen lake spilled down the unpaved, emergency spillway, which had never been used before, for nearly 40 hours. Leaving it badly eroded and with a huge hole caused by a chunk of concrete. On Monday, Helicopters and trucks were trying to fill in the damaged area with giant bags full of rocks. The water level was slowly dropping and the amounts being discharged at the main spillway are the same as are normally released this time of year. Officials were also defending the decision to suddenly call for mass evacuations